It stands in front of us, tall, jagged, towering over our days and haunting our nights. For some of you, that mountain is financial ruin. For others, it is the loss of a loved one. For many, it is simply the crushing weight of expectation. The fear that you will never become who you swore you would be. You are standing at the base right now. Look at your feet. The boots are heavy. The pack on your back, it is filled with stones, stones of regret. Stones of, I'm not good enough. And you look up. You crane your neck back until it hurts, trying to see the summit. But you can't see the top. It is shrouded in clouds. All you see is the incline. All you see is the struggle. Gravity is a cruel teacher. It tells you that the natural state of things is to fall, to stay down, to remain at the bottom where it is safe, where the air is thick and easy to breathe. But there is something inside of you, a quiet voice that refuses to sit down. That is your motive. And it is whispering to you right now, saying, climb. So you take the first step. The beginning is always deceptive. You have adrenaline. You have the excitement of a new start. You think, I can do this. I will conquer this. But then, the grade gets steeper. We are 20 minutes into the climb of your life, or maybe 20 years. Now, it is just better mechanics. Then the other, your lungs begin to burn. That is the toil. The path is not a smooth, paved road. It is gravel. It is loose. For every 2 steps you take forward, you slide 1 step back. And then, the fog rolls in. This is the hardest part of the journey. The middle. The middle is where dreams go to die. Because in the middle, you can no longer see the bottom. You've forgotten the comfort of where you started. But you still cannot see the top. You have no proof that this effort is worth it. You are alone. The cold sets in. You bleed. You are tired. You look to your left, and you see others turning back. They tell you, it's too high. They tell you, come back down, it's warm down here. This is the moment of truth. This is where the weak are separated from the relentless. Why do you continue? Why do you keep stepping when your legs are shaking? When the lactic acid is screaming in your veins? Because you know that going back is a death of the soul. You would rather die climbing than live kneeling. You push through. You find a rhythm in the suffering. You learn to make the pain your partner. And then you see it, the peak. You see the ridge line cutting against the sky. You scramble. You use every ounce of reserve energy you have to pull yourself over that last ledge. But when you stand up, your heart sinks. It wasn't the summit. It was a false peak. Ahead of you, the mountain goes higher. It looms even darker, even steeper than before. Life does this. Just when you think you have paid your debt, life sends you another bill. Just when you think you have beaten the depression, the anxiety, the poverty, a storm hits. Most people quit at the false summit. They scream at the sky. But you smile. You smile because you realize something profound. The goal was never just to reach the top. The struggle isn't in the way of the process. The struggle times the process. The toil is the point. You adjust your pack. It doesn't feel lighter, but your shoulders have grown stronger. You look at that next incline, and you realize the power within motive. You realize that you are not doing this for the applause. There is no audience on the mountain. You aren't doing this for the trophy. Every step you take is a war declared against your lower self. The part of you that wants to be lazy, you killed it on the last ridge. The part of you that is afraid, you left it in the fog. What is left is pure iron. You look back down. Look at the view. Look how small your problems look from up here. The things that stressed you out 5 years ago, they look like ants. That is your triumph. Not the finish line, but the perspective. You have risen above the noise. The air is thin here, yes, but it is clean. It is rare. Only a few make it this high. You are breathing rare air. Keep climbing. You don't need to see the top to know it's there. You just need to see your feet. One step. Breathe. One step. Breathe. And then, suddenly, there is no more up. The ground levels out. The wind stops howling and turns into a gentle breeze. You stand up straight. Your legs are shaking, not from weakness, but from the massive effort of glory. You invest your vision. You see the horizon. You see the sun breaking over the edge of the world, painting everything in gold. The power wasn't at the top. The power was forging you in the fire of the ascent. You carried the burden. You endured the fog. You survived the false summits. And now, you own the view. But remember this. A climber does not stay on the summit forever. We eventually must go down. We must go down to the valley to find a new mountain. A bigger mountain. Just breathe. You made it.